Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel, The Almost Organized Owl, where I am documenting my journey to get organized in our finances. And today's video we'll be talking about the second October paycheck, as well as the savings challenge that I created for my family, but I will talk about that at the end. I wanted to highlight two YouTube channels that have been extremely helpful, especially as I begin this journey of organizing our finances, and that is Golden Girl Budgets and Stuff, Save, Repeat. Did I say that right? Budget, Stuff, Save, Repeat. Those are the two channels that have been extremely helpful as I begin this journey. And Golden Girl Budgets mentioned something in one of her videos that really stuck out to me, and that was she was talking about allocating funds to her husband for his fun money, and she mentioned in times past how she had not done the same for herself. And she said something about it being associated with value. And Tracy, my apologies if I'm botching this, but that resonated with me. In my last video, I spoke about how I allocated some funds for my husband as his fun money, and I mentioned the fact that I didn't need anything because I had pretty much all that I needed already in the house. And I realized that after watching her video that perhaps even though that was correct, I do have what I need in the house at the moment, but I realized that perhaps I may be able to use those funds later on for maybe a larger purchase in the future. So I think that based on that information that I received, I believe that I am going to include myself when I go to stuff the envelopes, and make sure I just set a few dollars to the side, and maybe later on down the line there may be, like I said, a larger purchase that I may be interested in buying, and then I have the funds to be able to do that. The other channel, like I mentioned, was Budget, Stuff, Save, Repeat, and this is just another wonderful channel that you can check out. One of the things that stuck out to me on this particular channel is that there was an emphasis on including the children into the budgeting and finance conversation. I thought that was amazing. I knew that it was important for children to understand the importance of money, but I did not realize that you could start at such an early age. And what's happening over there at Budget, Stuff, Save, Repeat is awesome. I mean, the fact that Melissa includes her children into the budget conversation, in particular her daughter, at such a young age, is so encouraging, as well as something that challenged me to be able to encourage our children at a young age to have that conversation about money and finances, and on a smaller scale, of course, but at a level that they can understand the way that she's teaching her daughter about money and finances early. I feel like it's such a taboo conversation sometimes when it comes to finances and money and budgeting in the family. You don't necessarily, as my mother would say, let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. And while that is valid for some things, I think it's important that we begin those conversations early, and what they're doing over there is absolutely amazing, and I would like to try to implement that with our family and our children. Okay, enough of those conversations, but seriously, check out those channels. Absolutely amazing channels. Now to our cash stuffing for the October 2nd paycheck. The first envelope that we're going to stuff is the food envelope, and you all know my challenges with that. Well, if you watched my previous video, you understand that the grocery budget or the grocery item in our budget needs some serious revamping. I understand that budgets have to be fluid, and I am definitely getting an understanding of that with this category. Last week I mentioned that we had stuffed it was actually $330 into our food envelope. I made a little note to myself inside of this envelope that in a matter of 14 days, we spent $686.02 on groceries. So we were clearly over our $330 threshold. We actually doubled that and some. So it is safe to say that I had to go back and reevaluate our grocery and food budget, because we also include in that diapers and wipes, and for our littlest one. So if anybody out there has babies or little people, you understand that diapers and wipes can be relatively expensive. And so I don't think that I factored that in my initial calculation for our monthly total for our food and grocery budget. So I had to go back and rework it and realize that for our family of 6, that we'll probably need to budget somewhere around $730 to $800 for our grocery budget. And I'm going to try my best to rein it in and see what we can do. Like I said before, if anybody has any tips on that, please leave them in the comment section. I would greatly appreciate it. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and stuff the food budget, and we're going to give this an additional $400, and hopefully that will cover us until we get paid again. We shall see. Here we go. 100, 200, 300, and 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1. So that's $400 there. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 4. All right, there we go. $400. The reason why I include the diapers and wipes in the grocery budget is because it's easier to just get it all while you're at the big box stores, Target, Walmart, instead of just trying to separate it out or use different payment methods while you're in the store. You have children in the cart, and you have a bunch of food, and you just kind of want to get in there and get out of there. Okay, so that is the food envelope. Next is gas. So we did very well with our gas. We budgeted for $200 for the 2 weeks, and we did extremely well with gas. We came right in at the $200 that we needed, and we even had a few cents left over. And I'm just going to stick our change right into my little owl cup over here. And we're going to go ahead and stuff the $200. Look at this $100 bill. I haven't seen this $100 bill in quite some time. I'm so used to the newer ones. And so this is kind of fun to get this one from the bank. So we're going to go ahead and stuff this envelope with $200. So here's 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, $200. My apologies for the banging and excessive sounds in the background. My neighbor is having work done on her house, and you can kind of hear, I don't know if you can hear, but it sounds like I can hear the construction workers banging over there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stuff the fun money, $25 for my husband, 2, 5. And let's go ahead and stick this in here. He is going on a trip soon, so I'm guessing he'll probably save some of his money to buy some clothing or for his trip. And then finally, like I mentioned before, I'm going to stuff some cash for myself. So because I didn't stuff any cash for myself before, I'm just going to go ahead and add that to this week. So that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 for myself. And I'm sure there will be something that I can find to purchase later on. And then the extra $10 I am using to start a savings challenge with my family. Now, before I mentioned that I wasn't sure if I will be able to do any savings challenges because our funds sometimes are a little snug. But like I said, I was watching some YouTube channels about budgeting and cash stuffing and savings challenges, and it was mentioned that you don't have to necessarily use these challenges to save money for some future purchase, but you can use these saving challenges for whatever you want to save for. So I'm using this particular saving challenge that I created to help my family jumpstart their savings. So I encourage them, my nieces and nephews and my family members, to start saving and to make it fun. Is that, the same way that in this budgeting community, saving is fun. And I'm going to use this savings challenge to help save money towards paying off our debt. So this $500, I'm hoping that we'll be able to save, we can use towards paying off our debt. And like I mentioned before, I will have a video later on sharing what that is exactly, our whole debt situation. But for now, I am going to use this $10 towards my I'll save $500 challenge. And I'll color in this first owl. If you haven't already picked up, I love owls. And so that's why the first challenge that I created, of course, is the Owl Save $500 challenge. I'll just use one of my children's pink scented markers. Okay, so like I said, my goal is to try to, looks like this marker might be drying out. My goal is to try to get our family to save more money to help pay for trips or to pay debt is what I am using it for. Just to get us in the habit of saving money. I think it's so important that we get in the habit of actually saving money, and I don't think that it's talked about enough. And so I'm challenging my family, as I am challenging myself, to start to think about ways to save money. All right, so we have our first deposit, I guess, into our savings challenge envelope, which is here. And I guess eventually I will get one of those cute saving challenges boxes, or the envelope challenge type boxes. But for now, we have the envelope and we're going to deposit our first $10. I'm not quite sure why I folded that, but here we go. And yay, it says owls on it. Again, to go with my whole owl theme. All right. If you all stuck to the end of this video, thank you so very much. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate all the love and support from this budgeting community. And it's so encouraging to watch everyone's journey and encourage one another as we are all on our way to financial freedom, organization in our finances, or whatever it is that you have going on. And I appreciate the love and support. To all of my subscribers, thank you so very much. I have 9 subscribers. How exciting! Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I know that 9 subscribers may not be a lot to some who have, larger channels, but 9 subscribers is absolutely amazing. I can't believe that 9 people are subscribing to hear or be a part of, rather, my financial journey. And I'm so appreciative. Thank you very, very much. Check me out at the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.